Lauren, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another pregnancy recap video. If you're new here, it is so nice to meet you. My name is Lauren. I am currently 30 weeks pregnant and I am taking you along on this interesting and fun and hard and weird journey of mine here on YouTube. If you haven't already, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos like this. It really helps out my channel. And without further ado, let's talk about the second trimester. My favorite trimester. Okay, so in today's video, I am going to talk to you about the second trimester. I just ended about 2 weeks ago. I'm now officially in the third trimester. So I wanted to do a little bit of a recap for you on how I felt during those 3 months, some symptoms that I had, and then just an overall recap of everything. I've got my handy dandy phone here with all of my notes that I made throughout, because I forget everything. Okay, so I figured I would talk about how I felt overall in the second trimester. So I felt way more normal. Like, no joke, as soon as I ended first trimester, it was just like this cloud had been lifted and I could see the sun, if that makes sense. That sounds a little bit melodramatic, but that honestly is how it felt. It's just, everything just felt more clear and more bright and happier the second I hit 13 weeks. It was crazy. So if you're still in the first trimester and you're feeling low and you're feeling down, just trust me, it gets better. Just hold out for that week 13. It will get better. My energy came back. That was huge for me, because if you saw my my first trimester recap video, I had no energy. There were days where I couldn't even leave the couch. I was so tired, and all of that came back. It was almost like I wasn't even pregnant. I felt so normal. It was amazing. And my food aversions, they went away for the most part, although hamburgers kind of became an aversion in the second trimester, as well as the ground turkey. But the whole waking up in the morning, not having an appetite, just feeling off about food, not only being able to eat certain things, like that all totally went away. There were still a few things that I couldn't eat, but I woke up in the morning hungry and hungry throughout the day, eating pretty much whatever, so that was really nice. So yeah, that's kind of how I felt. Essentially just back to normal, except for the fact that my boobs are 10 times the size that they were. And I have a belly. But it was really nice. The best way to describe it, like I said, is just like a cloud had been lifted, and it was glorious. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the symptoms that I felt during the second trimester, and we're going TMI, because there are some TMI things here, but I just feel like it's really important to share, so bear with me if you're not into TMI. Maybe this isn't the video for you, but if you're pregnant and watching this video, then nothing is TMI, right? Everything is just fine. So the first symptom that kicked in was major constipation. Major constipation. Which was fun. Now, thankfully, I never had a day in the second trimester where I couldn't go to the bathroom. It was just very delayed. Like, normally I'm the type of person where I wake up, I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom. It's like clockwork, no matter what. It's wonderful, it's glorious, and I clearly took it for granted because that is now over. So second trimester, things just took a little bit longer. And nothing ever felt complete, if that makes sense. You'd go to the bathroom and you'd still feel like you wouldn't feel empty, if that makes sense. So that was definitely something that I had to get used to. I took magnesium, which helps. I take probiotics. As you saw in my must-have pregnancy products, probiotics are huge. Magnesium is supposed to be really helpful. I tried to drink lots of water. It's just tough. it's just something that you just have to learn to deal with. But it was never, like I never didn't go, it was just always super delayed and you just felt really full and uncomfortable, which was not fun. Very, very vivid dreams. So I thought I had vivid dreams before I found out I was pregnant. Nothing compared to the dreams that I am having now, or that I was having in the second trimester. It was just like everything felt so real, and it just, like, you'd wake up and not know where you were for a second. It's really weird. I've never had dreams like this before. And it's not even like they're anything crazy. Like, these could just be your average everyday dreams, but they just felt so real. So that was definitely, it was pretty much like every night too, I was having these crazy vivid dreams. Okay, I started to feel tightness and pressure in my lower belly, which I later on learned was the start of Braxton Hicks, which are false labor contractions. So it would essentially be, I would have this crazy pressure all along the bottom of my belly, and it just felt like everything was kind of squeezing. And it would happen multiple times a day. Very uncomfortable, not fun. I never understood what it was. I thought it was just that baby was low, but I found out when I talked to my midwife about it that it actually is Braxton Hicks. So that's fun. So that kind of started, I would say the Braxton Hicks started probably midway through the second trimester, and then has just kind of continued on. I get it pretty much every day, especially at night. I get a lot of that tightness and pressure at night. But it's not painful at all. It's just pressure, and sometimes you feel like you have a little bit of a waddle if you're out walking and it happens to you. But again, not painful, but just definitely something that started happening. If you have suffered from lack of sex drive in the first trimester, then just you wait, because it came back for me. So maybe that means it'll come back for you. I swear, as soon as we hit second trimester, it came back and I felt like a new person. I'm sure David was happy about it too, but yes, it came back and it is wonderful. So if you're feeling that, just know. I mean, it doesn't, every pregnancy is different, every body is different, but they say if it's gonna come back, it's coming back in the second trimester, so just be ready, just wait. Okay, so another thing that started happening to me was I'd have usually like 1 to 2 days a week of major fatigue and a major down mood, if that makes sense. And I kind of attribute it to like a growth spurt. Like, I kind of wonder if maybe my belly's growing, if baby's growing, if my belly is getting bigger. Hormones are kind of messing things up, but I pretty much feel good every day. And then there's usually, like I said, 1 to 2 days a week where I wake up and I just know that this is not my day. And I am exhausted, I'm so sore, I'm either irritable or feeling really depressed for no reason. And so I usually, whenever I have those days, I just remind myself, this is only gonna last a day or two and then it'll be back to normal. And you know, you just kind of take it easy on yourself, go easy on yourself for that day or two. But that's been very consistent ever since the second trimester started, is those 1 to 2 days a week where it's just like, just be easy on yourself. Things are happening. Baby's doing something in there, it's messing with you, you're okay. I got you. Itchy boobs. Get ready for itchy boobs. As your boobs are growing, everything's stretching, your skin's getting tight, it's getting itchy. If you watched my must-have pregnancy products video, you see that I put lotion or cream or oil on my boobs every day. It has really, really helped. But yeah, they would get so itchy, the nipples especially. Just, all you want to do is scratch, but you don't want to scratch. That was a very interesting feeling. I've never really had itchy boobs before, but definitely during the second trimester, I had them. This is a fun one. This one is probably, if I had to say, this is probably my least favorite pregnancy symptom that I've had. Least favorite. And it is the major vaginal discharge. these are the things that they need to tell you about when you get pregnant. I had no idea that it increased so much. It is insane. And I thought it was bad first trimester. And then as soon as I hit the second trimester and it started to, like, my apps would tell you what symptoms to expect, it was like, get ready for more vaginal discharge. And every single week it would say, get ready for more vaginal discharge. I've had enough. There are moments where it just happens and it's like, drop everything, I need to go to the bathroom. It makes walks so difficult because if it happens on a walk and there's no bathroom around, you're just kind of walking around feeling wet and uncomfortable and yeah, I can only imagine in the third trimester it probably gets worse because it just seems to increase, but damn that vaginal discharge. Stuffy nose, which is very fun during this time of a pandemic. Stuffy nose. I wake up in the morning with a stuffy nose. I pretty much go through the day with a stuffy nose. I think it has something to do with blood circulation. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that it is a major symptom. Just always feeling stuffed up. Sciatic nerve pain. Not everyone gets this, but yeah, sciatic nerve pain is something that I got. I got it on my left side. So it was this sharp pain that was all the way starting at my butt and it would go all the way down my leg. And I would notice it the most at nighttime when I was trying to sleep. It made it very difficult to sleep at first because it was just this shooting pain all night. And then if I was sitting for too long, I would notice it. So I talked to my midwife about it and she sent me to a chiropractor and my chiropractor totally fixed it. I haven't had any issues with sciatic nerve pain since seeing her, so that's been amazing. So that was a symptom that kind of came and went pretty quickly because I acted on it right away. And okay, the final symptom that I had was shortness of breath. And I feel like you're gonna see shortness of breath as a symptom in every video that I do because it has just not gone away. Even talking is exhausting for me. It's just a strange feeling. But yeah, out of breath, going up the stairs, walking, talking, going for a walk, pretty much anything that I do, I am out of breath. And it's just kind of become the normal for me. But I find that I'm really reminded of it when I'm filming these YouTube videos, when I'm just talking, I'm just like, oh, okay, catch a breath, catch a breath. So yeah, those were the symptoms that I felt. And now for my little recap. I wrote 2 things about the second trimester that I just wanted to share with you. So the first was, there is a reason they call this the honeymoon phase. As soon as I hit 13 weeks, I felt like a completely different person. My depression went away, my energy came back, and my food aversions and morning nausea went away. It was glorious. So I definitely talked about this when I was going over how I felt, but it was insane. You know, my naturopath had told me, get ready for the second trimester, it's the honeymoon phase, but you don't really know what that means and what to expect, but literally felt like a whole new person, and it was glorious. Finally let go of the guilt I was feeling about my eating habits and activity level this pregnancy. I started making an effort to eat better, but didn't get upset with myself when that didn't happen. Made efforts to go for more walks, but didn't force myself to join a gym or do anything that didn't feel right in my body. And that's something that I'm still doing. I felt so much guilt in that first trimester. I felt like I wasn't doing pregnancy right. You see all of these pregnant women and all they're doing is eating smoothie bowls and veggies, and they're doing yoga and they're working out and they're so happy, and that was not how I felt at all. And I felt so much shame and so much guilt about that. And really in the second trimester, I finally just let go of that, and I was like, my body is gonna do what it's gonna do, and I'm getting food in me, I'm going for walks, and if there's ever anything extra I wanna do on top of that, then I will do it, but there is no pressure. And on those days when I'm tired and I'm not feeling it, I don't beat myself up if I don't go for a walk or if I don't have a smoothie. You know what I mean? If I eat too many carbs, you're growing a human. We're all just doing our best here. So that was really nice for me to finally let go of that, and I have not carried that into the third trimester either, because energy, I'll give you a little sneak peek, energy in the third trimester is low. so walks are even less frequent. That was kind of everything that I wanted to share with you. I thought I was gonna be doing, weekly updates, but it just hasn't worked out that way. So I'm really enjoying doing these 3-month recaps and just letting you know everything that happened. And maybe if you're pregnant too, you've had some of these symptoms, maybe you've had completely different symptoms. Like I said, every body is different and every pregnancy is different. So just because I'm going through these things and you're not, that doesn't mean anything negative at all. It just means that my pregnancy is a little bit different than yours, but I'm just sharing my experience. And yeah. Oh my gosh, we need to see an ultrasound photo. So I had an ultrasound, I believe it was at 22 weeks, 23 weeks, something like 20 weeks, 17, I don't remember. It was a while ago, it was in August. But I had an ultrasound of a little baby girl and I wanted to show you. So take a look here. That is her. She's getting so big it's hard to fit her on the screen, but that's her right there. And then I'll show you, and this next one is her foot, which I just think is the cutest thing ever. I love seeing baby ultrasound feet. It's crazy. There's a foot inside of me. So yeah, that's the latest ultrasound. I have another ultrasound at 36 weeks. So when I do my 3rd trimester recap, you will see how much bigger babe is. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, please remember to hit like and subscribe on this video. It really helps my channel. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this community, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, I'm also out of breath. Still a symptom, never goes away.